Well, welcome to episode 37 of Bottoms Up, and this is the first episode with our new club, Colchester United, in Sky Bet League 2. Were we right to leave Aveley? Were we wrong to leave Aveley? I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments, but let's get into it and let's have a look at the team, at the finances, at the staff, and all that sort of wonderful stuff. I'm so excited, but also a bit scared. Okay, so I said let's get into it. Let's have a look at the finances and all that. Just a couple of things I want to address before we do get into it all. I know there's probably going to be some people that are going to be a bit upset, annoyed that we've left Aveley, but I felt we had to leave Aveley for the sake of progressing in this save, because I just don't know how I'm meant to get any further with a club that has such low finances, such poor reputation in the game. But on the other side of it, I'm going to be playing the game, the Aveley thing, offline as a private save just to see what I can do. And what I am going to be doing as well is uploading every Sunday to the channel at 2 p.m. The How To series has come to an end. So I'm going to be uploading a season review each Sunday at 2 o'clock, just showing how I got on with Aveley. And that'll go on until we either win the Premier League and Champions League or get sacked, whichever one comes first. But that's enough about Aveley. Let's get into Colchester. And I did say we'll have a look at the squad, the staffing, the finances and all that. The finances, as I'm just seeing here, and you might have noticed it on the intro, are not looking great. We're currently £4,000 overspent on our wage budget. Nothing we can do about that now. We can try and sort that out in the summer. We do have 83,655 in the transfer budget. The original budget was 25,700, which would indicate they may have actually sold some players, but we'll have a look at that shortly. Next season's minimum guaranteed budget will be 12.8k. So the budget it'll be the 83k, I'm hoping. We don't know what next season's wage budget's going to be. Now, in terms of results this season, as you can see by the table, we sit in 11th place on 59 points. We're actually only 2 points off of the playoff place. We're not being judged on the results this season. They're going to judge us purely on next season. And next season, they want us promoted. And if we look at the history of the club in terms of their managers, let's go into the correct screen. As you can see here, they had Ben Garner at the beginning of the save, lasted 215 days before he was sacked. Then they had Cole Robinson for a year and a half before he was sacked. Then they had Gary O'Neill for 131 days, 4 months, 3-4 months, something like that, before he was sacked. And then they had Paul Ince for nearly a year and a half before he was sacked. So they don't seem to stick with managers very long. So this could be a short stint at Colchester. If we go into the finance in more detail, we're in debt. We are overspent on the wage budget. Yeah, there's work to be done here. The good thing about not being judged on our results this season is the fact that we can trial players out, see what they're like in certain positions, things like that, over the remaining 5 games, and have a good idea of who we want to keep and who we want to sell. So there is plus points in it. We have a look at the transfer. They've put in a job offer for Paul Konchesky, contract for under 18s assistant manager. That's fine. I don't deal with that kind of thing. So what business have they done? So in January, Sean Morgan and Stuart Roach went out on loan to better clubs. So they actually look like good players, but they've run it. What's their contract situation? So that don't make sense. So they're on loan. Oh, they're on loan with us. Oh yes, transfers in, isn't it? Oh God. So okay, so Sean Morgan is a good player. He's 18 years old, 3.5 star current, 4 to 5 star potential, 6'2". He can use both feet. He's better suited on the left hand side. So we know we've got a good centre back as well. He can do a bit as an inverted fullback if we wanted to use that, or even as a wing back and fullback, he can do 3 stars. So he could be quite useful at least for the rest of this season. Then we've got Stuart Roach, who's in on loan. He's a striker with finishing a 7. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be using him. especially as he's on loan. I mean, to be fair, we might not even use Sean Morgan a great deal. He's on loan as well. We want to look at our current players. Oh, look. Burak Sabah is on loan at Aveley. He's one of our players. So Burak Sabah, at the end of this season, runs out of contract with us. Now, looking at him, he's only 2-star with 2.5 stars. So he's probably not going to do a great deal here, to be honest. And when we look at how we know how he's doing at Aveley. I've actually been quite impressed with him at Aveley, to be fair. He's been doing really well at Aveley, but I just don't think he's suited to this level. But certainly something worth keeping an eye out on, though. So in January, they sent this guy out on loan as well. So they've got quite a few players out on loan. They've got fees for some of these players. 19-year-old with 5-star potential. Tyrone Williams. He's 32 and we can't scout him. Oh, he was sold. Okay, he's not on loan. Addy Dixon Hodge, 19-year-old. Again, he falls into pretty much the Burak Sabah category. Even plays the same position as him. Archie Oliver, central midfielder. He's not going to be good enough for us. Does he run out of contract? Yeah, he runs out of contract as well. So it looks like a lot of these are going to be going as well. Let's have a look at our squad. And, okay, so we've got a pretty large squad by the looks of it. 29 players. Archie Oliver obviously isn't part of our squad. He's out on loan. So we'll just move him to the under-21s. Oh, God. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Bear with me. I'm just going to get the players back and then I'll join you back here for the rest of the video. Okay, so we're back. That was a very silly thing for me to do. Right, let's have a look at the squad. So we've got them in order of position. So goalkeeper-wise, Teddy Sharman Lowe is our goalkeeper. He's 3.5-star with potential of 4-star. He's been with us since 2024, so he's made 123 appearances, 111 goals. He's weak on the left foot, very strong on his right foot. Okay, so we've got a decent to good goalkeeper, so that's encouraging. When we look at centre-backs, so we've got Ethan Sutcliffe, Cathal Heffernan, Frankie Edwards, who's got a lot of potential. He's wanted by clubs as well. So he's wanted on loan by Accrington. 21 years old. He can't use his left foot, but he's good with his right foot. 6'5". Oh, my word. Yeah, got lots of potential, this lad. He's not very consistent. Very one-footed. He's selfish. And he's suited for the Vanarama National. So he's certainly someone we could potentially look at. I don't like the fact that he's not consistent. If we look at Ethan Sutcliffe, 6'1", can use both feet, good jumping reach, can't hit a ball even though he can jump high. Central defender. Heffernan is a centre-back, can play at right back but prefers to be a centre-back. Can't use his left foot either. He's very determined. 6'2". So, I mean, they seem to have good height about them, these centre-backs anyway. Charlie Sayers can play left or right. He prefers to be a full-back out there rather than a wing-back. He can use both feet. 6 foot. Okay. I mean, 6 foot's a bit short, but... Jed Meholes. I'm a centre-back that's 5'7". You having a laugh? And he can't jump. Right, I think it's fair to say he's not going to be staying. We need to get... I mean, if we can get somewhere near 300,000 for him, that'd be awesome. No one's interested in him. I can't see anyone will be interested in him, to be fair. But he doesn't really seem suitable for us. Joe Ward as a right back. I mean, he prefers to play up this end, but he's not going to be. I mean, is this screaming three centre-backs? I don't want to play three centre-backs, I've got to admit. Joseph Cunningham, I mean, he's rubbish as well, with no potential. But we just looked at him. Sean Morgan, we'd definitely be playing him as a centre-back on the left-hand side by the looks of it. It looks like we'll be playing Sean Morgan, probably with either... Well, not Joe Ward, he's 5 foot. How can you have a 5? He's a right back. Along with probably Charlie Sayers or maybe this one. Because he likes to play on the right hand side. Okay, now Mandela Egbo, he's a top assist maker. Yeah, with 6 assists. He's a good right-sided defender. He can play on the left side as well. He obviously does well with his crossing and that because he's, like I say, he's their top assist maker. When's his contract? So his contract runs out at the end of next season as well. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks with knee tendonitis. So we've got Ellis Landolo. Again, he likes to play. He can play in here, but I think we're going to be moving on quite a few of these players, you know. I'm not overly infused by this squad, I have to admit. Bailey Clements. I mean, we've got history with a player called Bailey Berry at Aveley. I need to stop making mentions of Aveley. So he plays on the left-hand side. He can do a job in the middle if we're desperate. Then we've got Jay Mingy, who is a defensive midfielder. He likes to be a ball-winning midfielder, half-back anchor. Okay, so we play a 3 in midfield, the 1-1-1 situation. We could have him as our half-back that would slot into here when the wing-backs bomb forward. He can also do defensive midfielders, Segundo Volante. I've never used Segundo Volante, if you imagine. Let me know if you have and if you've had good experiences with it. Like I say, I personally have never used it. I do like a box-to-box midfielder. He's rubbish at long shots, but he's okay at the rest. So Jay Mingy could be, you can also do Mazzala, central midfielder, Carolero, all that sort of stuff. He's very versatile, actually. So he probably will feature in our team. He's 6'2" as well. Cameron McGeehan seems like a really good, well-rounded central midfielder. He can do ball winning, box to box. You can do ball winning in that position. I only tend to have ball winning in that position if I've got 2 defensive midfielders. Otherwise, I tend to go for either a defensive midfielder or a half-back or an anchor, something like that. Then Gene Kennedy. He's very much a support player. He's not really, like I say, yeah, he's back up at best. Kennedy Mapomba likes to play that. I mean, he can play there if we're playing a diamond, but I very much doubt we are going to play a diamond. He can use both feet, to be fair. He's 22 years old. He's not really worth worrying about. Ben Briggs, no, he's got potential. He's 19 years old. He can play defensive midfielder, anchor, half-back here. Got good tackling, actually, for 19 years old. He could actually be someone worth looking at. If we want to build someone for the future, he could be someone worth going with. Who's the other? Jay Mingy was the other guy, wasn't it? So we'd have him here as like a box-to-box midfielder, or his long shots lets him down in that, or ball-winning midfielder, and then have Ben Briggs in this role as the halfback. That's what I'm thinking at the moment, anyway. So then we've got Jama Ibrahim. He's a Saudi player. I don't know if I've ever had a Saudi player in my team, actually. He's got potential. He could play in this kind of area, maybe in a deep line playmaker role, but he'd certainly be backup rather than first team. Jaden. Okay, so he can play left or right as a winger. Can do inside forward if you want him to do that. So he could be a useful bench option for us. Well, it might have to be a start if we haven't got anything better. Noah Chilvers. Okay, so he can do a box-to-box. He's got 12 for long shots as well. So he's probably a good option to have in that role. I probably wouldn't play him in that because his tackling's rubbish. He can play out wide as a winger, so we know we can move him out there if we needed to. Noah Chilvers. Matt West. I mean, he's good with his acceleration, pretty reasonable pace as well. Then Sam Smith as a striker. I mean, I prefer 13 as a finishing rather than 7 or 8 or whatever it was that the other guy had. Is it Stuart Roach that... he's a striker. He's the best striker we've got at the club with the most potential as well, even though he's on loan. But he's only got a finishing of 7. Now, I know some people say that finishing isn't the be all and end all. You know, if their decisions are good, their composure, their technique, all that sort of stuff, that can trump the finishing side of it. But I don't know, I struggle with that. Let's carry on looking. DJ Campton Sturridge. That's a name and a half. Not got much about him. He's got decent finishing. His decisions and composure aren't great, but he's got decent finishing, first touch, technique. Can't pass the ball to save his life. But he's two-footed. He's an advanced forward. Certainly someone we can keep an eye on. Bradley Hionvian. So Bradley, he's a striker. We've got a few strikers, haven't we? He's very much left-footed. Can do an advanced forward, but prefers to be a pressing forward. 23 years old. And then Jamie Arnold, who's their final striker, who again hasn't really got much by way of finishing. Likes to be a pressing forward as well. He scored 33 goals and 110 appearances for us. So I'm kind of seeing a 4-3-3 here. Just want to have a look at staff quickly. So we need a coach and a set piece coach and a performance analyst. So we'll get all of these advertised now. Not going to really feel much benefit from it until next season. And a performance analyst. In terms of this, I mean, we're only allowed one more scout, but we'll get him in anyway. We've got a director, football technical director, chief scout, all that sort of stuff. We've got a loan manager that we're not allowed. We don't have a physio. So we have a head physio, but we don't have a physio. So we'll employ a physio and we'll employ a sports scientist. Okay, right, let's get into the tactic. So this is saying wing play, route one, or fluid counter attack. Oh God, I don't like those. Wing play I don't mind, but that usually involves having two up top. I'm definitely not doing route one. Absolutely not doing route one. Fluid counter attack. Right, we'll go wing play. See that I did say when we first got in that it's suggesting we use this kind of formation. I'm going to select that. And then we'll create a new tactic. We'll do fluid count. I can't. No, we'll do gegenpress. Positive. We want a positive. I mean, it really doesn't like us doing that, does it? We keep it 4-3-3, then we're not branching too far away from that. This needs to be our primary train tactic, which it is. Let's go to set pieces. We want to do hybrid. And this is saying no post. I like to mark the near post, but okay, we'll go no post. Again, I usually go balance. This is saying counter. We'll go near post, yeah. How many players do you want to leave back defending during attacking set piece? Fewer defenders will stay back in an attempt to be more attacking. That seems a bit... No, we go balanced. Elsewhere, no, we're having in-swingers. Okay, so... Well, I want to have the attack option. So we have a look at this one. We'll do this near post in swinger. Then create new routine. Far post in swinger. Then create another one that's a near post out swinger. So we'll have that there, then these will go there. And okay. So we should be doing near post in swingers more often. I'll let them deal with the rest of that. So let's get back to the tactic. So they're saying to play an anchor in this position. I kind of like the halfback in that position. The halfback looks to serve a role somewhere between that of an aggressive sweeper and a defensive midfielder. The halfback drops deeper than a standard defensive midfielder in possession and looks to offer an outlet for quickly recycling. Yeah, so that I like the halfback on defend purely because when these two are getting forward, because they're in wing back mode, he will be more around here creating more of a three at the back. That's what my logic tells me anyway. So we've got a half-back there, deep line playmaker here. I then want to have a box-to-box midfielder there. Let's see what our assistant manager thinks is their best 11. So that's what he's going with our best 11, which I think we'll stick with that. Except obviously, we need to replace him. So if we replace him, we've got Joe Ward, who doesn't like to be here, prefers to be there. 31 years old. What's his crossing like? He's got a good crossing, to be fair. And who's the other one I highlighted? Cunningham. So with Cunningham, we can... I mean, he can't cross a ball. He's 1.5 star. I mean, he's atrocious. He's got no value. I mean, he's leaving at the end of this season. Yeah, he will be leaving as well. Okay, so it looks like Joe Ward is going to be going up there. In terms of who we have on the bench, can Ward play on the left? No. Can he play on the right? No. I mean, he can. So he's the one we want gone, isn't it? Because he's absolute rubbish. I'm looking for a right-sided defender, basically, so I don't have to play Cunningham. It looks like he might be the only option we've got. Bailey Clements isn't great there. We know not him. Oh, dearie me. So Sutcliffe is 2.5 with 3.5. And Frankie Edwards is 2.5. So he's got more potential. And he's wanted on loan by Accrington. So what I'm thinking is probably, if we have to replace Joel Ward, we bring on him because he can do the, or we move him rather, and then Frankie Edwards can just play in the centre of midfield. Then in terms of our central midfielders, apparently these two don't play well together, but they're going to have to learn to. So Ben Briggs, he's a youngster. Then if we've got here Gene Kennedy, who's 2.5 with 3. Mupomba, who's rubbish. Ibrahim, who's 2.5 with 3 to 4. So he prefers to play in this area. He's a Saudi lad. Gene Kennedy prefers to play in this area, can do the half back. Again, then it's not great quality, I have to admit, but do you know what? Where's their Saudi lad gone? Here he is, that's the one, isn't it? Yeah. So bring him up into here. Then we've got, so on here, Jaden Fevrier can play both sides. If we haven't got a great deal, have we? We really haven't. So we've got Sam Smith can play there, which means we'll have to move him to there. Stuart Roach, to be fair, can play on those. I mean, I'm kind of thinking maybe Stuart Roach, as he's a winger, would be better suited left or right. He's very strong on the left foot. So Matt West, who's 18 years old, I think Stuart Roach would be better suited as a winger. And then Matt West can drop down. We've got Jamie Arnold, Campton Sturridge, and young Bradley. Don't know if he is young. Yeah, 23. Probably go with Campton Sturridge there. And then Sam Smith is a striker. Drop him as 7. Matt West there. So we've also got a left and right as well. So I'm kind of thinking that's probably going to be the team that we go with for our first game. It's not a great team, I have to admit, and there's going to be a lot of work to do in the summer. But I don't know what else there is we can do. Now, I was kind of wanting to play a game today, but we're not going to get time. The video's already running at 25-ish minutes. If we look at our form this season, so take out the Carabao Cup, where did we got knocked out in the first round of the Carabao Cup. Well, we won a group there, 3 games, 3 wins. So we obviously got through to the quarterfinals. Did we not? Oh, okay, hang on. So Southern Section, this is a weird competition. So we went out in penalties on the second round of the Southern Section. So you play, by the looks of it, you play the group stage, then you play the second round in your area, south for us. Then you play the third round in your area. And then you play the quarterfinals because it's then combined. I mean, if we ever won this competition, Colchester? Oh, we've been a runner-up in 1996. Let me know in the comments if you was even born in 1996. But that is it. I mean, this is definitely what I know as a Papa John's trophy. As far as I'm aware. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. We got knocked out in the second round to Cambridge in the FA Cup, who are about to be relegated from League One, so we'll be playing them next season. They're 1.6 million in debt. So our cup competition basically ended. Where are we? Ended at the beginning of December. So we've had just the league. I mean, look at that. It was a terrible run. 4 defeats and 3 draws in 7 games. We've won a couple since then. We're Fleetwood in the league. They're 20th. Newport County are 18th. So there's been a good run of games. So Gillingham 9th. So we've got a draw in that game. We tend to find about 2,000-3,000 come to watch us unless we're playing weirdly against Gillingham, really. We get a good attendance there. So the games left to play, we've got Carlisle in 13th. We've got Grimsby in 24th. Wickham in 15th. Tranmere in 3rd. And Bromley in 21st. So I think what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow for Carlisle and Grimsby. Actually, no, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll do Tranmere and we'll do Bromley. And I'll play these 3 games off camera and let you know where I think we're at. So yeah, we'll come back for tomorrow's episode, Tranmere and Bromley, which means that Thursday's episode will be a transfer special and Friday's episode will then be the first games of next season. So let me know in the comments what you think of the team, whether you think we've made a mistake or not. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that sort of wonderful stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.